Hi there, my name is Vin Diesel. I have no hair. And also, I am in need of car mechanic because my car is broken. So can you send me 100 Bitcoin donation to my wallet? Yes, my name on the Bitcoin isn't the name Vin Diesel, but my real name's not Vin Diesel, so guess it.
Hi, I'm Vin Diesel.
If you fell for that, then you're probably not supposed to be on the internet. I don't know why, but it seems like the most popular sport of 2024 is catfishing because a lot of old ladies and old men are just giving away lots of money to these poor souls who need it.
Kiss my ass.
Catfishing. When someone pretends to be someone else. I called my mom up yesterday to thank her for never being catfished, and then she replied, "What is a catfish?" So she didn't even make it to the internet, which is good. I'm not sure why a lot of old people think like, oh, why is Vin Diesel messaging me? He probably needs money. I don't know why they can't conceivably put two and two together to be like, probably not real. I would like to venture they've been through much harder things than this, but simple Photoshop blows the mind of someone over 50 at this point.
I got this picture sent to me, and I'm like, how do you do that? How do you do that?
So here we are back again with another video, and this one is probably the worst one. I've been addicted to the show for a minute now, but I don't think I've seen anything worse than an old lady getting catfished by what she thinks is Johnny Depp, then proceeding to blame the actual Johnny Depp for not believing in her catfish and saying that Johnny Depp himself needs to apologize to her. The story just gets wilder and wilder when you see like the reason she gets catfished and her motivation. I genuinely don't think I've seen someone like this, but you know, it's all for a bone collection. So if you don't get that joke, just watch along. By the way, if you haven't subscribed, do so at vindiesel.com. And if you're not going to subscribe to him, subscribe to 16Leo. That's his accountant. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. Vin Diesel needs you. That's my alternate name from like now on. All right. Well, let's take a look.
He had said something to me in the Jack Sparrow mode.
Like within 3 seconds of watching this video, I was like, oh yeah, no, she would get catfished. Anyone who says the words Jack Sparrow mode and doesn't say it as a joke is like, you're gonna get catfished. He doesn't go into a mode, bro. He's not a robot. That's a character. And the Jack Sparrow mode text says, "Arg, I'll be captain if you be my first mate." Heart emoji and then pirate emoji, which shouldn't be used like next to each other at any given time.
He saw something in me that I already knew existed. He said, do you want to have sex?
I don't know why anyone is even playing around. This man has game for days. Arg, matey, do you want to fuck? That's perfect.
No, I don't think you're real. You know, this is a joke. This isn't right.
Yeah, no, I mean, even if you said the words yes, how would you proceed to have sex through a phone? Like, have you ever thought about that? What kind of mode would he have to go into for you to be able to do that? You guys gonna need the new Apple Vision for that shit. I'm not sponsored by them, but Apple Vision probably can have sex with random people. They're never gonna sponsor me now.
And the next thing I know, I got this picture sent to me with me in the frame, and he's holding the picture. And I'm like, what the heck? How do you do that?
So then she thinks he did like fucking black magic and shit because he photoshopped a fake picture of Johnny Depp, and it looks like Johnny Depp is holding the picture at ransom. Like if they don't press record and he's like, "I love you, Angela," then they'll like kill him. So it also looks like the pictures from her eulogy, just by the way. I don't know why they took that picture of her. What a picture. But she saw it and was like mind blown. This has to be the real Johnny Depp. Only he would frame a picture of my face and then look at it back to me. So this is the caliber of person that we're dealing with here.
The two connected through the app Discord and have been in contact for about a year now.
That's the most dank shit I ever heard in my life. She connected with Johnny Depp through Discord. That's how all celebrity relationships begin. He was under the radar. I met him on Tumblr. I met him on Pinterest. I just was liking his photos, and then somehow he messaged, even though the app doesn't have that capability. He just transcended that shit.
Angela has come to us to find out the truth about this person she's been speaking to after sending thousands of dollars to buy an NFT.
Also, this has a lot to do with NFTs. You might be thinking, what would a 59-year-old know about NFTs? About as much as a 59-year-old would know about NFTs. Jack shit.
Angela is a longtime fan of Johnny Depp.
She's a longtime fan of Johnny Depp, according to the catfish guy.
I was never really a fan of his.
Angela is a longtime fan of Johnny Depp.
I wasn't really a fan. I'm not a fan. That's her interpretation of being a longtime fan, that she's not a fan of his. That's tough, bro. Imagine having a relationship with a man you're not a fan of. Like, I liked me some Vin Diesel, but I said, Johnny, I'll take him. I guess if you're single, I guess we'll have the sex, Johnny. She's on his Discord. She's on his website. She's also, coincidentally, not a fucking fan of him. Someone lied to me. I don't know if she lied to me. I don't know if he lied. Someone has lied.
He had said something to me in the Jack Sparrow mode. You know, one of Johnny Depp's lines that I knew of.
Yeah, I remember that fucking arg, I'll be the captain if you be my first mate. He said that to the ship and then it sank. As I remember that, Jack Sparrow mode. That's the hottest mode there is. Also, this looks like he's texting on WhatsApp, which means they exchange numbers somehow through Discord. I don't know if this is actually the case, but at this point, it's just a myth and lore, and I am so invested in it.
You know, he was talking in that voice.
This is what you do when you're 59. LOL! Hi, nice to meet you. LOL!
Laugh out loud.
He was drunk that night. I believe he said, do you want to have sex? With a question mark.
Which is really good, because if he said it with an exclamation, do you want to have sex? Like, whoa, Johnny. Now you really are drunk. So thank God he asked with a question mark. If he said it with a full stop, that would be a wrong sentence, so he's grammatically correct.
When Johnny reached out to Angela, she couldn't believe it was actually him. The two chatted for hours about Johnny's NFTs.
She said, I love NFT and art, your website. What? She sounds like a fucking scammer. Who's scamming who?
She fell in love with this specific NFT. It was a portrait that Johnny Depp painted of another actor named Marlon Brando.
So yeah, Johnny Depp painted Marlon Brando, which is actually a thing. This is actually his real art that the scammer took apart and then like tried to show her. I love Marlon Brando as much as any actor would, but God, I don't know if I would need his face on my wall at that close-up. Like, I don't know if I want that. But she loved it. She knows how to use emojis. Very good. 1 minute, she doesn't know how to even speak English. The next minute, she's using emojis. Angela, a very complex character.
I thought it would be a really great idea to get an NFT from him and donate it to Mount Sinai Hospital here in the name of bone research.
That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Her goal was to buy an NFT, a non-fungible token, something that doesn't exist in reality, and donate it for bone research. You boneheaded. How is that gonna help anyone? How is Marlon Brando's face gonna help bones get restructured, woman?
Angela has had long life struggles with bone disease. She dreamt of giving back to the hospital that has helped her throughout the years.
Can you imagine giving back to a hospital that helped you by being like, here's Marlon Brando. I mean, he's not there, but like, imagine he was there. It's an NFT. Yeah, I know it's just a wall, but I'll put a barcode on it. People can scan it. How is that not helping your bones be better? Mulk? Fuck Mulk. Marlon Brando's on the wall, bro. That's the only thing that's gonna help your bones. That's gonna help your boner right there. What? Oh my God, Angela, that's the stupidest thing. Why didn't you not donate the money that you were using to buy the token in order of research? She was in the hospital herself who needed some like treatment. Imagine if the doctor came to her and said, instead of giving you treatment, here's an NFT. Yes, you might die, but like now you have an NFT though.
Johnny requested a payment of $6,000 for the rights and ownership to his NFT.
Johnny Depp is not selling NFT because he needs some money, okay? Johnny Depp trying to have sex with people through WhatsApp. He also needs money. There's some stuff's happening in his life, clearly. He's charging her $6,000 for the rights. And in order to say thank you to the doctors, she's giving them the rights to Marlon Brando's face from the side angle. Thanks, guys. Now, if I ever want to look at Marlon Brando's face from the side, I can legally do that. Thank you.
You know, there's business in there, but I think there's some emotion in there as well.
Yeah, but there's no fucking brains in there, is it? $6,000 and you said yes to that. There's a lot of emotions, there's pleasure. There's no semblance of common sense in any of this.
I mean, I'm not a child. I'm a 60-year-old woman. You know, whether I look it or not, that doesn't matter to me. But I'm not a child.
Okay, now she's telling us she's not a child, and the fact that she says it multiple times makes me think she is a child, and she's stuck in a woman's body like the movie Big, where Tom Hanks turns into a man, except she's a woman. Why is she even saying any of this shit? I don't even know what happened. I'm not a child. I'm not, no matter how you look at it, I'm 60 years old. No matter what people say, no matter what I look like, I'm 60. She's got the brain of a child, but like she doesn't look it.
So you can see I've been at this for quite some time. Actually, it'll be 9 months.
For what, what are you even talking about? She's been at what for some time? She's just like a child? You've been a child? What are you? The only thing she said is, I'm not a child, but I've been at this for 9 months. I need to go God mode just to understand her. But yeah, this is how their romantic relationship started. On every catfish, it starts the same way. There's so much riz in the word hey that any of these people just see it and they're like, woo.
Are you in love with him?
At this point, I'm not sure. I'm just along for the ride until I can get this sewn up.
What even the God hell church are you talking? What are you sewing up? I'm not sure. I'm along for a ride. I'm gonna get it sewn up. 9 months later, I'm not a child. NFT, Marlon Brando. Bone Science, you get the gist. She just says random shit. Holy crap. Johnny said, if our plan is to be together, you're going to have to trust me. Again, he starts talking like a character from his movies, and this should be an indication that he's not who he actually says he is. Angela's too far deep now. He's trying to sew up the issues.
So Angela, you know, you mentioned that you've been talking to him for quite some time. What's the reason why he's not able to connect with you in person?
I'll get this one, because he's fake. Angela is in a very, very complex situation in which the guy is falsely identifying as a celebrity in order to gain money. So if you could just tell her that, maybe this could be over and I could go to sleep.
I don't know. Do you know I don't know because I haven't asked him?
I actually do know that you don't know. And the fact that you haven't asked him why he hasn't come to see you is a big fucking red flag. I feel like at some point he's like, is she catfishing me because she's not trying to call me? She's really just not responding. She's saying random things. She's not speaking in proper English. Last time she told me that she's definitely not a child. I don't know if this is an illegal thing that I'm doing. I'm not sure.
Moving pretty quick there. Why don't you have a seat right over there?
You know, like there are certain times I'll ask certain questions.
There are certain times I'll ask him certain questions. Please. All right, let's read her questions. When are you going to come and see me? That's very good. Very good, Angela. Very good.
To him, and he'll answer them. He'll answer them or not.
Would you be able to pick me up from the airport? Johnny Depp, the guy who is worth, I don't know, hundreds of millions of dollars, cannot catch an Uber. Are you sure they didn't remove some of the brain when they did the bone thing? Okay, just asking.
Deep down inside, do you think that you're truly talking to Johnny Depp?
I'm not sure. So
I feel like I know the accent doesn't help paint a picture of her being any smarter, but I really think she talks slower because she doesn't know what she's gonna say moment to moment. I don't know. So her processing speed, not as fast as the other computers. She's a Windows 98 in 2024, you know?
I want to be with Rihanna, right? I want to be with Beyonce.
Anyway, the presenter then goes a little unhinged and is like, I would love to date Rihanna. I would love to date Beyonce. Like, I understand he's trying to prove his point.
I want to be with all of these beautiful, famous women.
Don't do this to yourself, bro. You're gonna sound a little thirsty here, bro. Play hard to get, don't play hard to want.
And Johnny Depp is on that level of superstardom. Why would he?
He's actually like, yo, Johnny Depp is like one of those people. And for whatever reason, Angela's like, no. He might be Jack Sparrow, but he's not Rihanna. Like,
why would he choose you to talk to you, Angela?
maybe because...
Yeah, think about it. While you think about it, basically, this is the part in the episode of every catfish when the host has to, in the nicest way, be like, why do you think this man would want you. And he's just too nice to say it. Everyone on Catfish is very nice. I'm not. If my grandma walked outside and said, holy crap, Michael B. Jordan, I'd be like, holy crap, Grandma, how do you know that and why? Why do you think he wants Grandma?
I don't know. I like to think at one degree he saw something in me that...
I thought she was saying she likes to think at 1 degree, like she's just so cold. Like, I'm so fucking cold, I like to think at 1 degree. I'm the coldest motherfucker there is. Be like, whoa, okay. I can see why Johnny likes you, that's good.
That I already knew existed. Because he asked me questions. You got to remember, this is conversations, now we're going towards the beginning.
What in tarnation is this woman saying, bro? He just asked, why do you think Johnny Depp would like you? And she's like, you gotta remember, we had a conversation. And we go back to the beginning, you gotta remember. Nobody remembers this because it's a private conversation, first of all. But like, I'm just saying, he sees things in me that everybody else sees in me. She sounds like a drunk, reckless person.
Part of me was thinking, maybe he's tired of Hollywood. Maybe he just wants to become a musician or something.
That's just so funny to say. Maybe he's tired of acting. Maybe he wants to do something way quieter, like singing. This is the same shit, bro. So her reasoning, from what I can try and deduce, is that he wants to get away from the limelight and not date a Hollywood starlet. Instead, he wants to date a woman who's could potentially have brain damage even though she didn't actually hit her head on anything. I don't know if that's what he's trying to say, but that's according to her.
Because the way he was talking sounded mostly like that. I don't want to be in the light anymore.
Him saying I don't want to be in the light anymore sounds like he wants to die. But she's like, I think he didn't want to be famous. Literally a minute later, there's a text from him saying, I don't want to be famous anymore. I think that's an accurate depiction once he says it. Thank you, Angela. Jesus.
We've even gotten to the point where he said, well, maybe you could manage me. And I'm like, how the heck would I know where to start to do something like that?
I like this Johnny Depp. He says, Arg, will you be my first mate? Then he tries to have sex through the phone with her. He sells her an NFT and then asks to be her manager. I like the progression of events that's going backwards. Maybe in time he'll ask to be her friend, then her acquaintance, and then a stranger.
I mean, that's the kind of depth conversations that we've had. Even talked about having another baby or getting a surrogate.
Oh, there it is. Okay, here it is. One more time. I'm gonna hit on you as a pirate. I'm gonna try and have sex with you through a phone. Sell you an NFT of Marlon Brando. I'm going to ask if you want to be my manager because I don't want to be famous anymore. And after that, let's have kids. That's a Johnny Depp special right there. That's Jack Sparrow mode if ever I've seen it. For all the time she's said no to Johnny Depp or I don't believe you. He's like, how do you feel about kids? She's like, let's do surrogacy. Oh, yeah, let's do it. No second thought, nothing. She just, that's perfectly okay with her.
What are some reasons that lead you to believe that you are talking to Johnny Depp?
Okay, so like with in every Catfish episode, the good thing they ask, and I think this is probably a question they should ask at the start, is why do you think this is the person? Because it's always interesting to know why they have fallen for a person. Like there's usually some level of delusion, of course, but like in their minds, a lot of people really believe the person they're talking to. Sometimes you can tell that they're just clinging on, but maybe Angela really believes this. I can't really put a finger on her, and I wouldn't want to either.
He had sent me a clip before the album came out, was of Hedy Lamarr.
Okay, so he sent her a song. Okay, I'm gonna start sending people songs and being like, hey, this is Drake here. I need 750 Bitcoins. Please, my private jet is gonna run out of fuel and I'll crash. Please.
Even after sending thousands of dollars, Angela still hasn't received the Marlon Brando NFT.
Just by the way, this is not to Angela, who is already getting on my last note. To the Catfish. Bro, do you know what an NFT is? If you sent this woman a fucking barcode, she would have been fine. If you literally saved the Marlon Brando picture and sent it through her, through Gmail or WhatsApp or whatever dumb app you use, she would look at it, then try and donate it to the Bone people. The Bone people would probably be like, what is wrong with you? We don't want people to get scared off the minute they come in and see sideways Marlon Brando face. It would have all worked out. She would have never been like, where's the NFT? Dude, how did you mess this up? I'm not on your side, but like seriously, you still messed it up. Carry on, Angelo.
I keep asking, where's my NFT? Don't I deserve that? Because I paid so much money into this already. He says, why do you keep talking about the NFT? And I'm like, well, because that's why I came in here.
Damn, Angela's cold. She does think in 1 degree, because she's like, yeah, I want to have sex and have babies and stuff, but what I really want is the NFT. That's the reason I came. I want an NFT, then a baby, then sex.
Was to obtain the Marlon Brando NFT. That was my initial reason, and that still has always been my reason.
She talks about her life like it's a damn mission. Like, my life's goal was to obtain, that was the mission, talk to Johnny, obtain Marlon Brando, put it on the bone wall, have the people scared so I could go to the bone clinic and get free bone surgery. That was a mission, bro. This GTA mission right there.
So Angela, about how much money would you say has been sent to Johnny Depp?
God, if I really get into this,
Spoiler alert, she does not get into it at all.
it has to be well over $6 grand. Well over.
Okay, so we know she spent at least $6,000 on the NFT. They're just asking for an accumulated amount of spending to see how far deep she's gotten, and this is what she says. Honestly, are you serious? Are you? Everyone knows that you bought the NFT for $6 grand, so we're just asking genuinely how much, and she's like, oh well, it's gotta be over that price then. You just didn't even want to do the math, bro. This is the laziest person that I've ever seen on Catfish.
Angela was giving portions of her paycheck to Johnny Depp for months. He claimed he needed the money in order to get her some special passport so they can meet in person.
Oh yeah, the idiot passport. I know about that one. It costs $1,000 every week, and if you can't afford it, it costs as much as you can afford. And if you fall for it, then you definitely get yourself an idiot passport. In fact, I got one here. Oh, it's fucking nothing. Are you kidding me?
But she wasn't just sending money to Johnny Depp. She was also receiving it from him. She accepted checks and PayPals on behalf of Johnny Depp. He claimed these were his friends.
So what I think is happening here at this point is this man is so comfortable, whoever the scammer is, that he's actually using her as a reroute or a mule to mix up the money, wash the money, send it to other people. He might have other people on his Johnny Depp scam list in this Discord, and then they're just sending money to each other that he's calling friends, so that the money can't be tracked. Then it all goes back to him. Wow, what a dickhead. How dare you mess with people like Angela. That woman may be old and stupid. Actually, you know what? Fair game, I guess. I don't know.
She even moved money for him out of her personal checking account into his Bitcoin wallet.
Now he's like, oh, well, you can keep your paychecks.
Yeah, that's cold. That's some 1 degree type thinking. You can keep your paychecks now. My new Pirates of the Caribbean 5 just came in. I'm going Jack Sparrow mode. Finally, I'm gonna earn some Jack Sparrow money. I'm gonna earn that treasure type money, okay? Keep your shitty paycheck.
He had me running to find a Bitcoin machine or something.
Were you receiving funds on his behalf and you were putting it into a Bitcoin machine, or were you taking money yourself from your own account?
Basically, at this point, she's doing some stuff that's borderline illegal. This is the worst part. Whenever I see Catfish and then you see the people be so disillusioned and they don't know how to use things like Bitcoin or new currency and do some stuff that's illegal. And it's not their fault, and I wish there was security procedures against that, or banks understood the fraudulent things, or any companies understood that if certain people are doing this, they might need certain verification in order to actually send the money, because it's easy to scam people and it's a really shitty thing to do. As much as Angela is a bonehead, this shouldn't happen.
Remember this all correctly. It started with us talking.
Can you imagine if she said, I remember this all incorrectly, and then just started fucking just making everything up? I am so glad that she says things that we need. She's like, I remember it right way, which is not wrong, but it's assumed that when you remember a story, it is correct. But thank you, Angela.
I'm not a child. I was with TD Bank, got kicked out of TD Bank, went into Bank of America, got kicked out of there.
Why were you kicked out?
They just didn't want me in the banks.
They didn't want me in the banks. That's the reason. That's not the reason. Can you imagine going into a bank with money and they're like, get the fuck out of here. Why do you have money? Jesus Christ, bring some food and drink in here. Take that money out of here. Ugh.
I hate people that work at the bank.
Bank of America, we don't want your money. Angela, seriously. People just don't want you in the banks? Someone kicked you out for a reason. What's the reason? I hesitate to think of what she actually did.
And then how did you send the money the last time Johnny had asked you to send money?
I'll just say for right now that it was sent out. I don't want to tell you how because I believe it's illegal.
Yeah, so she did admit to doing something illegal. I mean, I don't know what she did or how she did it, but 59-year-old Angela has started her life of crime. It's never too late. Whenever you think it's too late in life, think of Angela and how she started doing criminal activity now. She's on her way to becoming a bandit.
I know that in the PayPal app, he put like $800 and something in there. There was a point he sent money to my PayPal account or 3 iPhones.
Okay, so Johnny Depp needs Angela to buy 3 iPhones. Johnny Depp needs other people to buy iPhones because Apple doesn't like him because they're just like, Johnny, you just keep buying too many iPhones from us. We can't stock that many. And so now he needs to get people to like get iPhones for him secretly.
5 iPhones. And 5 more iPhones.
That's part of the Johnny Depp charm.
Can you give me some backstory on the photo of him holding the photo of you?
We were on the Discord app. And he said to me, if you ever tell anybody of the way that he does things, I'd get in trouble. And the next thing I know, I got this picture sent to me, and he's holding the picture.
I mean, if this was an actual human, this would be the most manipulative thing of all time. Being like, if you say anything, I will make sure you get in trouble. By the way, I love you so much. Remember that. Do not forget how much I love you. That's honestly just textbook manipulation. But yeah, so this is how this is the context. He threatened her and then was like, I will always love you. And then photoshops a picture of Johnny Depp looking like he's about to cry, holding a picture of Angela up in a frame. Even though Angela 100% didn't send him a picture of her, she didn't question why it was in a frame. She just assumed he somehow saved the picture and then did it all himself. That's how you prove you love someone. You hold a picture of them in a frame looking like you want to die. I hope the fans out there are doing that. I need to see some pictures in frames of me. I need really bad pictures of my face in frames and other people looking like they're very sad to hold it up. Otherwise, I'm not going to be in love with you.
Look at this photograph.
And I'm like, what the heck? How do you do that?
Are you sure you're not a kid?
I'm not a child.
If someone does Photoshop like this and you're like, what the heck? How'd he do that? I'm pretty sure that's a kid reaction right there.
What is the outcome that you wish out of the relationship that you have?
The NFT that was promised to me in the beginning for the hospital.
So then they ask her, finally, like, look, what is the end goal for you? Like, what are you trying to get by coming to us? Where are you in your life here? And she's dead set on this NFT. She really believes this NFT will help somehow doctors just get better at what they're doing.
Oh my God! Wow! He promised me that he would sign my hat that I had.
Oh, that's a new one. I never heard about that. Have a baby and sign a hat. You want my autograph? You want a kid. That's cool.
Whatever it is that you have to say to me, I hope that you people did your research well.
So they come back with research after a week or something, and she's like, whatever you people have to say, I hope you people did your research. Just calling them you people.
What do you mean, you people?
A company that specifically aims to show people how they've been catfished. She's like, I hope you did your research because it's really Johnny. I seen the pictures. What the heck? He sends me real pictures.
So what is your heart telling you? What deep down inside?
In my heart, this is Johnny Depp. This has gotta be.
Your heart's fucking wrong. You can't say things like, it's gotta be. Just because you say things in a New York accent, it doesn't make them true. Most times it makes them worse.
You know, you had asked me, Brianne, what would I do if I actually met him or something? I think I would say thank you. And can I have my NFT now so I can bring it to the hospital?
I don't even believe this hospital spiel. Like, I don't think someone is like, I want to thank someone, so I'm going to get them an NFT of Marlon Brando. Like, I don't think Johnny Depp is a necessity in any of this. If you actually wanted to help someone, you might write them a thank you card or something. I was in the hospital like 2 years ago, and I phoned the hospital to try and get the contact of this person because I wanted to say thank you because of the treatment or like how well the person took care of me. I didn't want to give them an NFT like, man, you helped nurse me back to strength. Here's imaginary shit. That seems insulting. So now the Catfish team is breaking down the stuff that she sent to try and like help unveil the illusion that she's been living under and show her the reality of the situation, which is that she needs to stop trusting her heart and start trusting her eyes.
You've been under the impression that you have been sending funds over for this NFT, correct?
Yes. I mean, if anything, that's what I thought was for sure.
So that's the only thing she thought was for sure. She didn't know if Johnny Depp was real, but she knew even if he was fake, she picked the one thing that had no chance of being real to be real. Okay. This is the type of woman that if she goes to the lottery, she picks fucking letters instead of numbers.
29. 22.
She's like next level dumb sometimes.
So we used our reverse image search tools to confirm this art, and we were not able to find any information to support that this piece of art was actually ever used as an NFT.
Wow.
No, come on. You can't just react like some animal on a wow. The case was about this NFT. This is everything's busted now. Myth busted. Wow. That's not enough. I need better reaction than that, man.
So if you go on his website, he does have a section where he sells the NFTs, but he also has artwork. And
somehow the weirdest part of this whole episode is not about Angela, but the fact that Johnny Depp, the real person, is selling real NFTs. He doesn't need... What? Why are you doing this, Johnny? What happened to celebrities? Why do they all, like, for like one period of time be like, yeah. Fake shit? I'll sell that. And then now Angela and everyone else is like, oh, I want a piece of that fake Johnny Depp art. So just the fact Johnny Depp has a Discord actually and sells or sold NFTs. It's a weird thing. It's like if, you know, SpongeBob listened to gangster rap or something. Like, what?
From what you're telling me, you're saying that this piece never made it into the, I guess, the selling ground?
No, motherfucker, it's not real. It's real art. It's not, a selling ground is not even a thing that exists in anywhere. It didn't make it to NFT status. She's still caught up on the fact that she's like, oh, so he's not selling it. He painted it, so it's not an NFT. So you have to go to his house. Don't go to his house, please.
This Marlon Brando portrait was a piece of art that Johnny Depp worked on, but it was not an NFT. The person who sent this to Angela stole this from Johnny Depp's art gallery and just switched out the background.
To the person who's catfishing? Why? Do you think this woman would have realized that it was on the white background and be like, I know some stolen art when I know that. Johnny Depp, this is not real because the real Johnny Depp has this painting. Do you think she would have realized if you didn't put the purple background on it? But I would like to know behind the scenes of this catfisher. I don't understand you, bro.
We'd like to jump into the image that you had sent over to us.
So yeah, now we go to the Photoshop and she breaks down why she thought this was real. This will be a doozy.
We've got Johnny on one side. This is the actual match from the image you had sent us. This has been photoshopped. We have Johnny's face on another person's body.
Wow.
Yep, there it is. She reacted like a magic trick she saw when she was 4. Wow. Do it again. She like probably goes to movies and is like, how'd they do that?
People are good. People are good. Let me tell you.
Yeah, people are good. And then there's some people who are bad, and that's not one of the good ones. If you think this is good, you should actually see good photoshopping. I mean, your mind will actually be blown.
We looked into the tattoos placed on his arms. Some of the tattoos don't match where they need to be. So we provided links to show you what his tattoos look like and where they should be placed.
Most of them I know by heart at this point.
You can't say that after you've been catfished. That's asinine to say that. I know his tattoos. Literally after she's like, they were on the wrong hand, they don't match up. And she's like, I know his tattoos. That's why I believe the picture. Because he does have tattoos, believe it or not. He's got tattoos. I've seen them.
You mentioning that you know his tattoos by heart. Did you notice anything funny about this?
Well, I can guess because I've done graphic art myself. One point I did a banner for 9/11.
What the fuck does a banner for 9/11 mean? Does 9/11 have a YouTube channel? Am I allowed to say any of this? What does that even mean? Like, does subscribe to it? What feels like you're making it for the wrong set of people? Not even like in memory of the people or whatever, or for the tragic event. She's like, I did a banner for those people. They pay well. That's crazy. What are you saying?
And I took a picture of New York and I put it in the background. And then I graphically did the rest of the art.
As opposed to what? You fucking threw stones on it? What is, I graphically did the art. You're a graphic design. How else would you do it? Oh my God. Saying that you did a banner for 9/11 when someone says that you don't even know what Johnny Depp looks like photoshopped is a very wild tangent. I don't think it proves that you know Johnny Depp.
You already knew where the placement of Johnny Depp's tattoos were. You have a background in graphic design.
But yeah, but she has a foreground in Idiot. That's the problem, bro. She's got a back, it's really far back. Like that background is almost, you can't even see it.
What do you think was stopping you from seeing that this was a fake photo?
For the head being on the body.
Yeah, that's what stopped her. She saw Johnny Depp's head and she was like, that's Johnny Depp. Every time she goes on Google Images, she just gets confused as to why there's so many Johnny Depps and she just doesn't understand how this man could clone himself so many times.
The only thing that I started to look at was the edges of where my picture was. This looks like somebody put something on top. Knowing his tats, you know, knowing on the fingers and the thing, but it really just blows the mind.
It does blow my mind. It's very mind-blowing that you managed to get through that sentence without choking. Come on, man. Don't go back to the tattoos and say how well you know them when they literally proved that you don't. Angela, I know that I should be feeling sorry for her. She hasn't at this point said anything so tragic that you'd want to be like, I'm not on your side. But trust me, it gets to that point. It does.
We can say without a doubt that you are not talking to the real Johnny Depp.
In a way, I wish that Johnny would see this so that he would know that one of his fans really got hurt.
So the episode should end here. They, without a doubt, can say that this is not Johnny Depp. They prove that to her and they say, look, this is not Johnny. And instead of her saying, thank you, look, I appreciate that, I'm just gonna leave it at that, she now decides that she hates the real Johnny Depp. Even though they just proved this guy's fake, she's like, okay, that guy, he got me good, but you know who didn't get me? Johnny Depp, who should be protecting me from anyone fake. Johnny Depp should come out with his sword and swashbuckle all of the people that are pretending to be him so I never get hurt again. That's her stance.
It's unfortunate though because there's not much he can do. You know, he's a victim as well. There's nothing that he can do to keep from people stealing his images.
Which, by the way, I mean, I know this is never gonna happen, but yeah, I mean, public domain images and your private protection should be sorted. I feel like in the Wild Wild West, when people didn't actually have laws and people just were able to do anything, this is what we're experiencing in the digital age. There's not enough actual mediation of subjects and things. That's why so many people can get away with this and people are just getting hurt. Nobody knows what to do. Police can't actually do anything over the internet. So we need to fix that. So I think that's a big problem that people just gloss over. But what's a bigger problem is the fact this woman thought an NFT would help people actually recover from their bone damage. Maybe she should have put that in a brain clinic. Jesus, Angela.
I mean, like within myself, if I was a celebrity and that was going on,
then the world would be dystopia and everyone else would be hiding under the rocks that they live in. Okay, if you were a celebrity, there would be problems with this earth. I don't know how to say that any nicer, but you can't start with that. If people be like, if I had $1 million, well, you don't. Go to the position in which you're in. Try not to escape that, and let's try and work on what you have, okay?
And to Johnny's defense, I think that's what he's tried to do here. You know, he has this message. He says, here are my...
Working hard enough. Half of these cases that they should. For someone to get to me like that, I mean, I know I'm not stupid. I know I'm not stupid.
Let's ask the bone research doctors who have a picture of Marlon Brando up on their wall how they feel about that. I like how she said that, like, you know, if it was someone who is dumb, I would understand. But for someone to fool me, who's had a background in graphic design, I'll have you know, I did the banner for 9/11, and I did it before that even happened. I don't even fucking know how that works, but I did it. In the last 5 minutes, the amount of reputation she ruined by constantly saying the real Johnny Depp should help her is just like beyond help.
Well, if Johnny could hear you and know your story, what do you think he could do to help you?
Okay, well, if he ever sees it, I would say, Johnny, as a person who has admired your work, enjoyed your music.
She started the episode by being like, I'm not really a fan of his. And she's like, as a person who admired you, admired your music, which of course I know you for being a musician more than an actor.
There are so many of us out there that are getting hit by these scammers, and I think you need to beef up your legal team.
This is the best comment I ever read on like a video, is someone said, Johnny doesn't need to beef up his legal team, she needs to beef up her intelligence. Absolutely correct. Top comment on the video is she's never gonna forgive Johnny Depp for what he did to her. Ah, that poor Johnny Depp. Can't stop catching cases, huh?
It's not just like a punch in the face, you know? It hurts.
Unlike a punch in the face, it hurts. According to Angela, it's not just a punch in the face. It actually hurts.
What you talking about? I'm sorry isn't gonna cut it. I believe where I started is where I should finish.
She started from the bottom, now she's there. Two fucking zingers in one. Unlike a punch in the face, this hurts. Started from the bottom, now I'm still fucking here. Started from the bottom, now we bottom.
And he should donate the NFT.
It's not an NFT. It's not even an NFT. Can't do it. It's a painting, bro. You can't. How you go this whole episode, listen to these people and just not listen? Were you like daydreaming the whole time?
I feel terrible that you had to go through this situation with this fake Johnny Depp, but at the same time, you have to take accountabilities for some of the things that you didn't see through this whole thing, right? The red flags that you didn't see.
So at this point, the episode should have ended like minutes ago. The dude over here, he's a good guy. He tries to save grace with everyone, and he's like, look, I can completely get where you're coming from, but I just want to say, like, you know, I think it's unreasonable to think Johnny Depp is at fault for you falling for a scam for a pretend Johnny Depp. So he was just trying to be like, I don't want you to remove yourself from the blame because then you'll feel like you're not learning from this experience. And she did not take kindly to that.
Johnny Depp having to come in and clean up some of the stuff that you weren't able to see, you know, I think he has bigger fish to fry, right?
The thing is, it doesn't have to do with that. It has to do with the promise that was made.
Right. How much time do we have? Do you want to go? Do you want to restart this, lady? This is not Johnny Depp, right? So Johnny Depp is not the person who promised you. Someone who wrote the words Johnny Depp down promised you something. The episode's over. I don't know why she's still doing this.
Yeah, I don't agree. I'm sorry.
I'm a little offended about what he said.
That's where this man fucked up. He should have just been like, oh, okay, well, I'll tell Johnny. As soon as this episode ends, I'm gonna tell Johnny Depp that he is in big trouble. And he should have just walked out of there with a smile on his face. He stood his ground and said, I don't agree. And this is where she's like, okay, now let me explain why you and Johnny Depp are wrong.
I just don't appreciate what your partner said in the sense of, he's got bigger fish to fry. Let me tell you something.
I thought she was gonna say, let me tell you something. I used to fry fish. I have a background in fish frying. I used to fry fish before 9/11. I fry fish after 9/11. I'll fry fish right now if you even let me. They don't let me near grills because I burnt down that one place that time.
Johnny is a person who is very gentle with his fans. He's gentle with his ways. He's a very loving and kind man.
He's a gentle lover. Johnny Depp is a gentle soul. He's a gentle lover. And she knows this because she has exchanged words, NFTs, sex, and also surrogacy with this man. So she would know.
So for your partner to kind of say that in a way, that's like a little degradement, and I didn't like it.
Oh shit, bro, in the 12th hour she starts using words that don't exist too. Degradement. That's not a word. It's a degradation, anything. She chose the one thing that didn't exist and said that. I think she needs to go back to that bone doctor.
If it was me and I was a celebrity and something had happened to one of my fans.
Bold of you to assume you'd have fans, but all right. I guess we're on this wild tangent.
Something like that happened, boy. I'd be there. You know, but that's me.
For every one of your fans, every single one of you'd be there. Not that I should indulge this lack of intelligent conversation, but if Johnny Depp had to literally be there for every person out of the 28 million people who follow him, he would be dead before he got to everyone. And I mean, he would die of old age because it would take that long. 28 million people. Have you seen 28 million people? I don't even think the eye can comprehend that. But you'd be there for every single one of them. Well,
I don't agree with it.
Stop, dude, please stop. We're gonna be here for 30 more minutes. If you just close your mouth, she will close hers. Just please.
You know, but we can agree to disagree. We're gonna be here to help you repair your credit and to help you report this scam. You know, we don't have to agree.
Please stop. Please don't give her an opportunity to talk about banners that she did in very crucial events in history. Please. She's gonna talk about the Hindenburg and how she mistakenly sunk it. Please.
Let's just work as a team, move forward, and let's figure the rest of this out, okay?
Sure.
Okay, so that's very good. And Catfish team, despite everything, help her repair credit, and a week later actually donate actual money to the place where she got her bone research surgery thing done.
Oh, Angela, this is David McClellan. I'm the CEO of socialcatfish.com. How are you?
Oh, hi, I'm okay.
I actually have a surprise for you. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a donation to Mount Sinai Hospital in your name for the amount of $250.
Which is really sweet of them and commendable and, you know, great job. But I really wish she would have done that. Imagine if she donated $6,000 in her name. Then everyone would probably put a picture of her on the wall. Who knows? She just wanted Marlon Brando. And that's how the episode ends. It says Angela has cut off communication with a fake Johnny Depp account. We applaud her for her courage and her willingness to take control. As she navigates the aftermath of this ordeal, it can be a long and painful process, but we will be there every step of the way. Oh man, it just keeps going on. It almost sounded like they started talking like her and just went on tangents after that. But yeah, that's Angela for you. The comment section ate her up because we're about taking accountability. And yes, I mean, if you're older, it's harder to see these scams. But if you're not able to take accountability, you'll never prosper from those actions. A mistake is not a mistake unless you've learned it. You know what I mean? If you keep making it, you're never gonna learn from it. And if Angela keeps blaming Johnny Depp, she's gonna start, you know, messaging other celebrities. She's gonna be like, hey, Shah Rukh Khan, why do you keep asking me to send you rupees? And then blame him and maybe all of India at that point. So I hope that she actually figures it out, takes accountability. Don't give money to people for NFTs unless you're certain for something. And if you ever want to help people out, write them a letter. Sentiment is better than money. That's all I have to say today. But Johnny Depp, stop doing this. I have a secret for you guys. Johnny Depp has not just catfished one lady. There's another one, and she's coming right up next. Thank you. Take care. Until next time. Until next scam. Bye.